Hey guys, so this video is going to be focusing on showing you all how to submit your ultrasound scans for QA on QPath. So first step would be from your computer screen, logging into Internet Explorer. And you have to make sure you're using Internet Explorer because other internets won't work. QPath will only be accessible from Internet Explorer. The next step is to search for QPath in your search field. And this should bring you to the login screen for QPath. Once you're on the login screen, you can log in with the same Epic username and password that you use. And if for some reason your password for QPath is different from your password for Epic, you can contact Kristen Dwyer and she can easily link these for you so that it's easier to log in going forward. So once you log in, you press OK, and then it will bring you to the main screen for QPath. And so there's a couple, there's a lot going on this screen, and so we're going to try and simplify it for you guys. The only two tabs that you really care about are exams and statistics. We're going to be focusing on exams for today's video, but just for reference, statistics is an easy way to see how many scans you've done and how far along you are. For example, if you're a resident and you want to know, how many scans you need to complete by graduation, you can see your progress easily there. But for today, we're going to focus on the exams tab, and we're going to focus on how to submit your scans for QA. So there's a couple different ways to search for your scans in QPath. One way is to search for your exam by exam date. So if you did, a scan, you knew you did it today, you can search for all of today's exams and just pick which one is your scan. You can also search by patient ID, by patient name, and then I think the easiest way to search is by accession number. So accession number is sort of the way you identified yourself on the scan. So this is just an example, but our identifier for our sample scans was ABC. And once I typed that in, it showed me all the scans with the accession number ABC. So we'll pick patient 2 for this purpose. So once you identify your scan, you click on it and make sure it's highlighted in blue, and then press Images, Worksheets up here. And this is going to bring you up to the main area where you can start to submit for QA. So there's a couple steps before you get to this worksheet. You need to pick which exam type you're performing. So I picked airway thoracic here, just as an example. You then want to identify yourself as the operator. So my name's already listed here, but it typically won't say a name. It'll say NA, and then you would open this drop-down menu and choose your name in the drop-down menu. If there's multiple people doing the scan together, you have the option of picking more than one name. If you're an attending, you would put your name in the attending field. If you're a resident and working with an attending, in order for that attending to be able to bill for this scan, you would also add their name in this field. So now we've identified our exam type and we've identified our name, and so this airway thoracic worksheet will automatically pop up for you, and now you're ready to fill it out. So there's a lot of different options for filling it out, and some people can get a little bogged down by how much is going on, but you really just only need the basic information in order to submit it for QA. So first is exam use. Why were you doing this exam? Was it clinical or was it for educational purposes? So we'll say for this purpose it was educational. And then you want to do indication for exam. Why was it performed? We'll say this patient came in with chest pain. You click off chest pain. The next field is which views did you obtain? So this is listing all the fields for the typical airway scan. We'll say all views were obtained, but you can obviously click which ones you did or didn't do. Findings, again, whichever findings you did or didn't find. So we'll say we saw lung sliding, there was no pleural effusion, there was no B lines, and there was no consolidation. And we'll say that for, both sides of the lungs. And then the most important part is your own interpretation. So this is really what determines, are you going to get credit? Did you actually interpret your scan? So interpretation, we'll say normal. And that's really all you need. You can add in as much detail as you want, but as long as it says normal, there's no evidence of pulmonary disease, then you're going to get credit. The rest of this is just, extra information that you can add if you want to, but it's not required. So great. we've done our worksheet and we're ready to submit, all you do is come to the top of the screen and press Submit for QA. It will come up with the screen, do you really want to submit for QA? And you press OK. It does give you this option to have an email notification. This essentially will email you when your scans have been QA'd, and if there's any information that they wrote or any advice that they wrote, you can be emailed. But again, this is optional. And now you're done. Good job.